Hey, what is happening? RIO Rancho B2B, the network. Today is Wednesday, November 27th. It is 9:40 a.m. and we are 10 minutes behind schedule. That happens every now and again. 10 minutes behind schedule. It is quite okay. We want to make sure that, let's get some adjustments there. Can you make me look pretty? She's like, there's no help for that. She said, the only way you can look pretty is if you put on your coat. So back in the day, we used to call these dinner coats. And I'll tell you a story about that. But can everybody hear us okay out there? I'm going to do something here really quickly. Okay. There we are. Okay, great, perfect. Now we are getting the sounds directly from the soundboard. Good to go.
Some background sounds from
other entities. Down there. We're good to go. All right. Are we good to go? Hey, folks, if you guys are joining us, appreciate your patience with us. We self-produce the show, and we have a lot of fun doing it. We want to thank Miss Amber Ortega de la O. Is that the last name? De la O. I want to thank Amber Ortega for spending a portion of her day-to-day to help us produce the show. We're going to be hearing from her in just a little bit, on what is happening in the real estate industry, in the real estate world, and why now is the time to buy your home. Part of it has to do with enjoying your home for the holidays, right?
Absolutely.
Enjoying your home for the holidays. Please help me welcome Mr. Michael Gonzalez to the show. Gonzo.
Good morning, World Wide Web. What are we doing today?
Good morning, World Wide Web.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
The whole net.
For those of you guys who don't know, Michael is the purveyor of good times.
Yes.
In RIO Rancho.
Good times. I love it.
So if there was a list going, how many things would be on your list in terms of the amount of projects that you're involved in?
Today?
Yeah, today, we'll call it today. Yeah.
I've got a handful of things to handle today, but you know what? Every day I wake up and I'm able to open my eyes.
Yeah.
I'm grateful. And then the second thought is, oh man, I gotta get going. I got stuff to do. usually high on my priority is coffee.
That happens more often than not, right?
Yeah, it's great. It's great every day. It's great. I can't complain, but I do.
Dude. So what is on the priority list for you right now?
Well, of course, we have this show and our special guest today. This is kind of a Thanksgiving show.
It is a Thanksgiving show, yeah.
Thanksgiving show.
Yes. Wait, hold on, time out. Since it's a Thanksgiving show, who's the turkey?
Me. Gobble gobble. Gobble gobble. I'm happy to be the turkey. I'm happy to be the turkey. So yeah, we have this show, of course, that's going on, and then of course Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Yes.
Our cafe has special hours here, 8 to 12 tomorrow.
I saw that.
Because people need coffee.
Yes, absolutely.
You know that dead zone that sometimes people experience in the early part of the Thanksgiving day?
Yes.
Kind of zoning out and have their face in their phones and stuff like that. What a great time to come on down and get some coffee supplies for later for the feast if you want, or just take a break. Not everybody watches football.
Not everybody watches football.
A lot of people do. But
I guess not everybody's a Cowboys fan.
No, definitely not. So anyway,
Can we bring Amber? Grab a chair and come on over on this side.
she's gonna flop. Is this gonna be like a cowboy fan fest?
No.
Okay.
Amber is she is not a Cowboys fan by any means.
Full disclosure, I don't watch a lot of football, so it's not anything against a particular team. Just doing other things. Okay, and then back on the to-do for today to focus on. We have some ramp-up marketing that we need to do for this weekend because Friday night we're having Tacos and Rides that we do every Friday night, 7 to 11 here. And then Saturday is Small Business Saturday, which is huge. Small Business Saturday, a day to take a look at all the small businesses and support them.
That's really what I was hoping that you were going to talk about.
That's one of the items on the list.
So
yeah.
we're going to save that for the very end of the show because
Absolutely.
That's my teaser to keep you guys with us.
Yeah, stay tuned. And then also we have a doubleheader on Saturday. We're having the second annual. We're part of a ride, a motorcycle ride called the second annual turkey ride.
Second annual turkey
It
ride.
always falls on it always falls on the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and some local motorcycle enthusiasts. Slow down. We meet here at Cafe Bella early in the morning, then we drive over to another coffee shop, our friends over at Rusta's Gold and the Collective over in Northeast Heights, and then we take a ride. This time we're going to Circle T Burgers in Berlin.
I was going to say, where is that?
Yeah, Circle T. There's two of them actually.
Okay.
There's one on Main Street, and then there's another one on the east side. So they have two locations. So all small businesses, and then an optional ride out from down there and back up. But it's always a chilly, cold, fun small business supporting event that we do. This is the second year. This year we're buying meals for any of the veteran motorcyclists that come with us.
There you go.
We're buying them a meal.
I love that.
Yeah. So small ride, small group. We probably push about 25 riders. Yeah, there's nobody on the road Saturday after Thanksgiving. So it's a great time to ride.
All right, well, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
The Saturday after Thanksgiving, right along with the Friday after Thanksgiving, is probably one of the busiest days in the retailers.
I think so.
World.
No, you're absolutely
Right.
right. Yeah, let me quantify that. So out in the outlying areas, they're all heading in to do their shopping. So
Everybody's cruising down to Burke, right? Or to RIO Rancho, to the major metro areas.
how about that tree lighting they had in North Rio Rancho?
I saw that.
My mother was out there. She says, they did what? When did they start doing that? You know, just now, today. No, that's great.
No, I was curious. What was my invitation?
Yeah, I think they just put it out there on the web, so you're supposed to send it out.
Is that what happened?
I missed it too.
Yeah.
Hey, let's introduce our guest.
Absolutely.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are very honored and proud to have our friend, Vincent DePaul. How you doing today? Great. Well, I'm trying to tie you into this because sometimes we drink a lot of coffee and just start ripping. But we're actually here to share information about all the great things in the community, and the way that we're able to do that is nice folks like you that are willing to volunteer their time to come on down and say hello, share with us all kinds of great happenings and things that are going on.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Yes. Yeah, tell us about that for our viewers and listeners that have no idea what we're talking about.
We do this every year. This year, it served Thanksgiving fixings and turkeys and pies to about 631 families.
Awesome. So it's a food drive.
Big food drive that went with it. A lot of donations. Those families represent over 3,900 people
Yep.
that are now tomorrow locally enjoying the village Thanksgiving dinner. All the food comes from donations from different, all three parishes and RIO Rancho. Information is exactly on the Aquinas.
The general public too, right?
And the general public.
People. How many years has this been going on?
It's been going on about over 20 years.
20 years. The St. Thomas, St. Vincent de Paul Thanksgiving food drive days.
20 years.
20 years.
That is a good long time.
Making sure people that may not have an enjoyable meal for Thanksgiving get the opportunity to do that. So Joseph is volunteering with St. Thomas. What did you do prior to this? You had a long career, didn't you?
I did. I had a long career in the Air Force.
Wonderful.
Another career in agriculture. I was out of County.
Wonderful.
Retired from that. Came here. Enjoyed that.
That's great. So now part of your time is devoted to helping out at the ministry up at St. Thomas, Brian's Parish, known as St. Vincent de Paul. How long have you been doing that?
I've been with St. Vincent de Paul about 5 years now.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Now, St. Vincent de Paul, for our viewers and listeners that aren't out there, what kind of organization is that? Understanding it's a nonprofit, and it works closely with the churches and whatnot, but it's a separate 501c nationally. That's correct?
That is correct. Our national office headquarters is in St. Louis, Missouri for the United States. It is actually an international.
International. Awesome.
Our international headquarters is in Paris, France, where it was originally founded.
Very wonderful.
And in the United States, we're separated out.
Wow. Wow. And the focus is helping the community. What kind of, can you give some examples of community support?
The focus is helping the poor.
Great.
And those needy people that need a lift up. We so often need some help and so forth. The Archdiocese here also operates a thrift store in Albuquerque on the Mall.
Oh, a little retail store. That's awesome.
It is a retail store.
Awesome.
All of our companies use that store and that there people wherever they are to help.
Oh, that's great. So, Joseph, thank you for laying that out. Now, if our listeners or the local community wanted to help support St. Vincent de Paul's efforts, aside from the recent food drive, what are the ways can the community support the nonprofit entity?
Most of our activities, and all of our activities, operate on strictly on donations.
Donations? Okay.
To the local Catholic parishes, and conferences that are primarily, also donate at the thrift store area there.
That's awesome. So the relationship between the Catholic parishes and the St. Vincent de Paul are kind of assigned. We covered certain parishes. Now, you mentioned that the donations, like if they're making monetary donations, they go into the church, but that's just a pass-through, right? They just handle the logistics of documenting everything,
That is
making
correct.
sure it gets into the right account. So
Yeah.
it doesn't stay with the church, it goes to St. Thomas entity.
It goes to St. Vincent de Paul. It is a lay organization. It's not connected directly with the church because of government separation.
Important to know.
Yeah, absolutely. How many volunteers do you have at St. Vincent de Paul, St. Thomas?
At St. Thomas Aquinas, we have about 65 volunteers
Wow.
that are involved in the church.
Wow.
And it's one of the larger conferences actually in the entire area.
Oh, wow.
So they do different things, they some counseling, maybe some financial management, mentoring, a little bit of financial support when families just get completely broken down and destitute. And then there's also something called a home visit. Tell us about the home visits that the Vincentians do.
That's a keystone effort, actually. Before we would provide financial help to pay for elementary utilities, prevent evictions, prevent shut-offs. We will make a home visit with two people to go out and interface with the people that are asking for help.
Nice. So it's like a meet and greet. So
Meet
you
and greet.
get to come to them, so they don't have to worry about the logistics of getting to a location.
That's right.
But you get to come to them, and you get to meet with them and talk to them candidly about what their needs are, and kind of check out their and evaluate their overall situation.
And see what other needs they may have that they're not really telling us.
That's great.
We've seen that. We find that we've walked into homes that might have two chairs and
Wow.
a rickety table and
Wow.
a mattress on the floor, and we've got the ability with some coordination here with other agencies to help them with some used furniture,
Nice.
things like that.
Nice.
It's amazing how people have to live sometimes, but we do help them out as much as we can.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Our volume went up
Our volume went up
substantially
here.
there. Hello. It's really loud now, at least in here.
I apologize for
No,
that.
that's okay.
Yeah, somebody responded and said, "Hey, it was a little muddled," and as you would have it, we were not fully connected.
That's my nickname.
Yes,
Muddled.
Muddled.
Thanks for taking care of that. I saw you scurrying around.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I did a fair amount of scurrying around, but that
scurrying.
happens. That happens, and
Gotta
we're very grateful for simply put the opportunity to be here in the first place, right?
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
And Amber's going to sing a song for us with your microphone right here.
I think
No.
Okay.
No.
We just wanted to make sure that her microphone was working. But
It works.
It works great. That's awesome.
A lot of great work happening here in the community, and that's really what we really want to showcase here.
Right, exactly.
We are adamant about showcasing all the good that happens here, and just kind of really put the negative stuff to where it belongs, right?
Shed some light.
Yes.
Shed some light. Tell the full story. Full disclosure.
And so the work that you guys are doing, it's just that. It's beautiful. I got to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
This is going to take you way back. You've been doing this for some years. I'm going to assume.
Like
Safe
slavery.
assumption.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What was going on in your life when you decided to commit to doing or living this type of lifestyle?
Awesome. Great question.
That's a good question. Personally, it's one thing. I'll preface that by saying our volunteers are pretty much all ages. Okay, we've got a lot of folks that are still working actively that help us out and that volunteer their time and effort and talent to accomplish the missions that we do. I got into it primarily when I finally did retire and had some time on my hands, but I got into it from a technical side of the house because the conference needed some support in some applications that they were trying to get on the computer and things like that, and that was something that I could help them with, and that's kind of where I got started, and then it just kind of grew from there. They've asked me to get into this, that, whatever, and here we are. We've become extremely active.
Here you are, 3 months later, right?
Yeah, no, about 5 years later.
That's
Well,
great.
we certainly do appreciate your giving heart, right? Because it has that ripple effect in the community.
It has a tremendous effect in the community, and you see that as we're helping folks everywhere, and the gratitude and the thanks and the blessings that you wind up seeing actually coming out. It's just an amazing event, an amazing thing to do. Some of the people that we meet are very, very, very grateful for what we do and we're able to keep them in their homes, for instance.
Yeah.
And I can't get into it. We don't discuss specific cases at all,
Sure.
ever. But it's really a gratifying thing to do.
Yep.
Volunteer.
Well, we had this very conversation yesterday with our state auditor, Brian Colón.
Oh, I know.
Saw that
Brian.
show, yeah.
And the discussion was about when you, how's the best way to say it, when you pour into something outside of yourself,
Sure.
not only does it do your body good,
Yeah.
but it has a lasting effect on those that you're able to touch, or reach. But even more so in the community, because again, that ripple effect, right? You are, in a sense, supporting somebody. They in turn go out and they now have the capacity or the capabilities to do the same thing. Maybe not on such a grand scale, but something small, right?
It all starts with a small scale, and I can tell you this. Our Thanksgiving distribution started with a little swimming pool and a pile of ice and about 20 turkeys.
Wow.
And now we have to lease a freezer trailer to hold the 800 and some odd turkeys that were donated.
Wow.
And 600 pies and things like that. And it's just growing dramatically.
Growing, right? And that's businesses and community members, right?
Yes.
That,
Mostly individual donations. There
Yeah.
are some like business owners that'll come in and do things, and then there's also a re-giving, if you will.
Mhm.
So St. Vincent de Paul works closely in the community with St. Felix Pantry.
oh, yes.
And St. Felix Pantry does an annual meal, and they work with a local business, one of the owners of the local McDonald's, and they do a feast there for people that are in need. And through the past years, and I'm not sure about this year, but through the past timeline, St. Vincent de Paul has augmented the supplies for that as well. And that's usually nobody's ever aware of that the food drive for
Yeah.
St. Vincent de Paul kind of trickles through the community.
Yeah,
in a positive way.
I'll reinforce that very quickly, because any excess that we have, now we did serve 630 some families.
Wow.
You had 840 turkeys. The excess turkeys all went to St. Felix Pantry and will wind up being served out of a McDonald's tomorrow.
Is that right?
Yes.
Why
They've
not?
been doing
Why
that
not
forever.
today?
They've been doing that forever. So it's not a situation where you're going to see a promotion like you and
Right.
I do.
Yeah.
You know, it's low key to be
Sure.
respectful for the people that are doing without, so they can come
Right.
and peacefully enjoy something that they may not have had an opportunity if it had not been offered to them, and that's what it's all about. So it's not, big media crew. And,
Right.
So the firefighters show up, the mayor shows up, but it's not a media thing. They just go there to work and be really grassroots volunteers.
I love that.
It's awesome.
I think that a community is only as good as its leadership, and when you have somebody like Mayor Hall, who has made a commitment to just be present,
Right.
in
Right.
everything.
He tries. I think he does a great job. I think he's a good example. I would agree. And he's over there scooping potatoes and doing whatever needs to be done.
Yeah.
He doesn't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Greg Hall has been at our Thanksgiving distribution in years past as well,
Yeah.
handing out turkeys and bags of fixins and things like that.
We love that.
Kind of just acknowledging that these other individuals that are in the area that are down on their luck or in a temporary situation where they need some assistance are part of the community
Yeah.
and being welcomed by the mayor in a positive light.
right.
That's entirely different than a lot of situations that you see normally.
Absolutely, it is, and again, and I'm going to keep on talking about it. It does wonders for a community, right?
Yeah.
The vibe in Rio Rancho is very different
It
than
is.
the vibe in Albuquerque.
It is.
right?
There's a lot of rallying together to
Yeah.
do things. Some of it is unspoken. Some of it is not covered on social media or regular media channels. It's done and it's woven
Right.
It's
into
just the
fabric.
culture.
Yeah,
It's just the culture of it.
It is. Yeah, exactly.
I dig. I love the culture. Now, of course, I love many cultures.
That's a good thing.
So what do we have coming up next? What are some things that we can get involved in that we can make people aware of, to support your efforts?
Yeah, Joseph, is there a Giving Tuesday or something I saw on the national website?
We do have it on the national website. We do have a Giving Tuesday program that's out there on the St. Vincent de Paul website nationally. There's a number of different programs that go on that we support both nationally and regionally, and those will be broadcast out as they occur. At this time of year, with a lot of the holidays and that, we'll pretty much in the process of taking a look over the past year and what everyone has done, and we kind of get that information and gather it and keep it for historical purposes. And then starting next year, we'll kick off various things throughout the year. You have to remember this is a 100% volunteer organization.
Yes.
And people although there's some retirees, there's a lot of people who are still working full-time jobs and
Absolutely.
wanting to do this, and so we temper some of that. But on the website, we have our own website as well at the conference, but the national website is the big one for major contributions that can be made.
Okay.
And it does support both us here. We get a trickle down from the national group, but they also are able then to provide disaster relief and things like that throughout the world.
Fantastic.
Casey
Certainly appreciate that.
Casey logged in and said, "Hearing you clearly. Thank you, St. Vincent de Paul." So she's
Yeah.
watching the show. I'm posting up links. I posted up the link for the national page, and then at the local, if there any of our viewers or listeners and the community members want to help rally around this great work that St. Vincent Paul does as a ministry and wants to get
Right.
involved, whether it's financially, whether they want to donate housewares or their time, just give them a call. And their website is www.svdpsta.org.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so it's St.
Yeah.
Vincent de Paul, St. Thomas Aquinas. It looks a lot shorter than it sounds. It's on the it's on the comments on the string today. So get out there and do your part. If you feel so moved to to help other people in the community, this may be for you. So it's totally awesome organization, grassroots, and you can contact them and see how you can be a part of their movement. And I'm sure they'd be happy to let you know what kind of needs they have. Mr. Fink, what else should people know about St. Vincent de Paul here in Rio Rancho?
Yeah, let me. I'm going to divert a little bit here.
Please.
A lot of people don't know. Sorry, Michael, that I'm going to surprise you, I think.
No, you're fine.
But we do what we would call quite a bit of ecumenical work with other churches. We happen to have developed a partnership with First Baptist Church there near Haynes Park.
Nice.
And they have some abilities that we don't have. We have some abilities that they don't have. They have a program called Jones Closet that once a month puts out clothing there at that church. But they also have donations of furniture because they have the ability to store it, and we don't. And so we work together to provide help throughout, regardless of creed or nationality or anything, to help people wherever they need it. And it's kind of nice to see that interrelationship working between different faiths.
You know, I have one more question for you before we let you guys go. All these great things that you're doing, right? And the need for people to get involved, you know, to either donate time,
Talent, and money.
And money, right? How are you spreading the word? How are you communicating this out to the general public? And let me just add this in there before you answer. And can I help?
Awesome.
You can help any way you can. Actually, you're helping just through this event right now. We will always accept volunteers within your own church, and that there are bound to be people that have volunteer organizations, and we see that everywhere.
Sure.
And so churches, by and large, tend to try to help the poor and the needy. Ours is a little more of an organized event because it really came from an international organization and was brought in to the United States and then spread throughout North America, actually. So just contact your local church that you might go to, or one that's near your house, and see what kind of an organization they have and see where it fits in.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I did give you a card. It is the Go-ABQ platform.
I have it.
Within that platform, we have a very robust events calendar, which is free for everybody in the community to use. Right now, of course, I know it says ABQ, but it is really Central New Mexico.
Metro.
Metro, right? We would love for you to post your events so that we can support you by then taking your event and promoting it for you for free.
We can certainly do that.
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
Beautiful.
That's nice. Thanks for offering that to St. Vincent de Paul. I'm sure everybody will be excited.
Absolutely. Well, you know, it's
get it out there.
Anything that we can do to promote what is happening. We really want to focus our efforts on the good.
Yeah.
That is right.
It's a touchy subject, especially now that we're rolling into the holidays. And
right.
You get on the computer and you're somewhere, or you're on your phone, you're listening to something, you want to listen to a happy song, and then, we start talking about community needs.
Right.
And the tone changes, and I wanted to recap real quick. So, Mr. Fink, you'll notice in the word choice that he used when he was approaching the focus of the mission of St. Vincent de Paul, it was real direct.
Yes.
He used the phrase or the term, the poor. And that's not common these days for people, you and I, and what we do, to use that terminology. And it's important that our listeners understand that, that's biblical reference, helping the poor.
Right.
And because they're in ministry and they're doing it under the faith, they stick with that. They don't care what the trends are. I mean, when you get down to it, their focus is helping the poor, and it's okay to say that.
Well,
nobody
absolutely.
talks about that.
No. Well,
Yeah.
and it's that because we are a business podcast, right? That relates so true with businesses as well, right?
Yep.
Let's just call it what it is, right? When you decided that you were going to open up this facility here, did you decide that you were going to specialize in 50 different things or one thing?
A small number of things that we could try to be really good at.
But why do people come here?
I don't know. I think the sense of community, I think the sense of culture, and then they resonate with it as part of the neighborhood.
Those are byproducts.
And then
Those
they
are
can- and they
byproducts
can get
of the
some
number
coffee.
one product,
And
right?
they can get some coffee too.
Coffee,
Not everybody
yeah.
drinks coffee.
But the
Yeah.
focus, right? I
But
mean,
there's
it's,
tea.
it says so in your name,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah. Well, you got to have an identity.
Coffee.
Yeah. But I mean, to tie it all in and do a wraparound, I can
Right.
guarantee you, right after we launched this,
Yes.
I was definitely poor.
Oh, you know what? And that
I may have had some stuff.
that happens.
But I had no change in my pocket after that.
Well,
so.
you know what? I'll tell you what that happens when you go into business. And we've got another business owner here.
Wonderful.
Isaac from King of Kings Nutrition, just
Right.
right up the street.
Right.
You know, I'm an entrepreneur, a small business owner. Amber is an entrepreneur, small business owner, right? We have ebbs and flows, peaks and valleys. Some months are good, some just they're a little tough, you know.
Yeah.
But if we have that focus on that one thing and we become good at that one thing, right? Then we begin to even out a little bit, right?
Even out.
And so the idea of you focusing your efforts on serving the poor lets me know that you guys are laser focused, and that is really where you want to make the impact. right?
Dedicated.
Dedicated.
It's
That's
awesome.
exactly what it is. It's
Yes.
the why.
The why.
The why.
Oh, I love it.
Puts it all in perspective.
Yes. I
Gets
love
all the
why.
clutter out of the way. Clear mission.
So we got a strong why, we got a how, right?
Uh-huh.
Now let's get out there and take action behind those two things.
I do, and I cannot reveal names, but actually we do receive monetary donations from a number of small businesses here in Rio Rancho that
Oh,
help
nice.
out at Thanksgiving and that. I do want to
That's
make
awesome.
that point.
Well, you know, we'll leave that one up to you if you so choose to share that information. We'll provide the platform for you to do it.
Many of our donations are anonymous as
Yeah.
far as formality
Yeah,
goes.
confidentiality in the space that they're working in is paramount.
Yeah.
And it's good because when people need help, sometimes they're embarrassed to ask for it. So if they can make a confidential avenue that people feel comfortable approaching them and getting the help they need,
Right.
it just makes things work a lot better.
And on the other end, most of our home visits are centered around building that trust factor, not only with our donors, but also with the people that we assist.
Absolutely.
Which is really old school if you think about it, because nowadays, you know, I had a conversation I think last week or the week before with some colleagues about this. Is people don't like other people coming to their house these days. In the old days, you would get solicitors coming by, or the mailman come by, or just random people come by. Open door policy. It's not like that anymore.
No, it's not.
It's a different culture. So the work that they do in the changing time, it's they always acknowledge that they're welcome, and then they go and do a home visit, and it's a special connection they have. And sometimes it's just giving the receivers of the visit some hope.
Absolutely.
And someone who will listen to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Huh?
Someone who will listen to them. There's a lot of people that would like to say things, but there's no one to listen to.
Absolutely. I was being a little silly there.
But
Absolutely.
people need to listen.
They,
and need someone to listen.
absolutely. I had that very conversation with my wife this morning, right? In fact, we were having the conversation about the focus on, being an expert or being good at that one thing, right? And we had the conversation. I said, "What am I good at?" She says, "You're really good at listening to people."
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. I said, "Why do you say that?" She said, "Well, because your meetings last 3 hours."
Ouch. Well, Joseph, thank you so much for taking the time to come out from your busy work.
Well, thank you for
volunteerism.
inviting
We
me.
really appreciated having you on the show and shedding some light in our Thanksgiving edition.
Absolutely.
Impromptu. We're going to move on to our next guest, but sir, thank you so much for taking the time. It's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thanks.
While we do that, we're going to hear from Amber Ortega. Amber Ortega,
Hi.
what is happening, yo? So, just so you guys know, Amber and I have known each other for quite some time. In fact,
Goodness.
I was looking for pictures from for the 10-year challenge, right?
Yeah.
You guys have all heard of the 10-year challenge, right? Did you?
Right. Yes.
Did you
10
put
years-
one? Did you put up a picture?
I didn't. I don't have any pictures from that.
10 years ago for Thanksgiving, this is what I was doing. In fact, I was wearing the same, a sweater vest.
Is this the Thanksgiving one?
This is the Thanksgiving. No. This is not the Thanksgiving one there, but
Doesn't have
I was
gravy on it.
I was looking up pictures and I was like, oh, geez, I'm wearing the same sweater vest in all 10 years. God, I need to go buy a new sweater vest, right?
Well, you
Sweater
can
vest.
see your progress, I guess.
I can see, big, bigger, and biggest.
Sweater
Now,
vest.
I'm trending the other direction, thanks to our next guest here. We're going to talk about that here in a minute, but I want to show you guys something that I came across that was pretty funny. Take a look at this. I had Amber and Luis.
You need to post that up.
This was 2012, right? Let's see here
Nice.
if I can do this here.
2012.
2012. Oh, hold on.
Let's see this.
Take a look at this. 2012. How funny is that, right? So there's our friendship 10-year challenge, right?
Nice.
Not quite 10 years, right?
Almost.
Is that a new thing where you hold up a phone to another recording device?
Yeah.
What do you call that?
Insanity.
What do you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
know.
Not
It's
sure
not
what
a
we call
selfie. What would you
No.
call that?
I don't know what would that.
Electro sharing?
Electrosharing. Yeah.
We'll have to come up with that there.
I don't
Let's
know.
get your microphone up there and let's test it out real quick. Make sure that it works real good.
Test.
All right,
Yep.
we can see you
Hello.
nice and
Hello.
nice and clearly. All right,
Yep.
all right.
So how's it going, guys?
Well, we're going to give you a proper introduction.
Let's do it.
Folks. Do not. They can hear the voice. They don't see the face behind the voice
All
just
right.
yet.
Yeah, he's messing around with the
So without
screens
any
over
further
there.
ado, ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, boys and girls, abuelas y abuelitas, aunts, uncles. Who else am I missing?
Cousins.
Cousins,
Yeah.
primos y primas. He hails from right up the street
Over there?
here in
On our
beautiful
street.
Rio Rancho.
Golf course.
He is the owner of King of Kings Nutrition, Superior Nutrition. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the show, Mr. Isaac Velarde.
How's it going, guys? Good
Okay,
morning.
so that is his
Welcome,
name,
welcome.
right? That is his proper given name.
Yes, sir.
What everybody calls him is Coach.
That's cool. That's a good name too.
Coach. What up, Coach?
What's up?
You
There's
ready?
some other bad names out there too, right?
Well, I'm not gonna tell you
All right,
what we call you when
I'm not looking.
Yeah, when you're not looking. Yeah.
When we're craving sugar
Right.
and
When we're-
salt.
yeah.
Or salt. Or salt. Hey, you're gonna get all your salt cravings out of the way tomorrow, right?
Well, I don't know about salt cravings. We'll just leave it at that. But so really quickly for the folks that don't know yet who you are, what you do, please tell us about the business and really what you do.
Yeah, I'm the owner of King of Kings Superior Nutrition. I run a 13-week wellness and nutrition program where I help people meet their everyday fitness goals, whether it be to get fitter, lose a little bit of weight,
Yes.
help with some medical conditions that they're dealing with,
Yes.
or just get a better perspective on how to eat for their daily living and their lifestyle, right?
Absolutely. So you've been doing this for how long now?
6 years.
For 6 years, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you mind if I ask you same question that I asked earlier? How did you get into this line of work?
Well, I don't know if everybody knows, but most people do. I used to weigh 321 pounds. So, yes, 321.
321.
Wow.
So his 10-year challenge is trending the other way as well, or it already trended.
I trended.
Yeah.
I'm at the bottom. I'm declining.
So I'm sorry, give me that number again. 300 and how many?
321.
321 pounds.
Yes, sir.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah.
That is crazy. And so so you got tired of being tired? Did you
No,
you just
it wasn't even that at all.
no.
I went into a doctor's appointment and he pretty much told me, you got about a year to live. You're going to die.
Oh wow.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a story that as we enter into the holiday season that a lot of folks can probably relate to but don't want to hear,
Right.
right?
Not even going into holidays, just everyday life.
Just
right?
everyday life, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm just saying, holidays, everybody wants to,
Get
eat-
the
eat
tamales,
the good stuff.
bizcochitos,
You're right.
Pumpkin pie.
pumpkin pie,
I just want the
All the
pumpkin
good
pie.
stuff.
panhin for Mr. Luis over there.
Yes, I gave away all my tahine. Yes, I did. I even bought sodium
Low sodium.
low sodium tahine, and I gave that away too.
No, he got busted.
I got busted. I got ratted out.
Yep.
But so you had a doctor's visit. Doctor said, "Hey, you know what? If something doesn't change, you're gonna die."
Right.
What happened next for you?
A lot of soul searching, right?
Yeah.
I had hip problems, every health condition associated with being morbidly obese.
Yeah.
You know, I went on the defense, and I've been dieting all my whole life, so it's easy to lose weight at
Yeah.
times. This time it wasn't.
Yeah.
So, you know, I kind of did things the unhealthy way, and I lost some weight initially. I met me a fitness coach, and I call her my angel, Miss Valerie Ortega.
Ah.
And she was just a blessing to me. I got to a certain point, but it wasn't the right way. You
Sure.
know, I was this little cardio king in the gym. I like to lift weights and heavy weights, but I thought I had to do tons of cardio to lose weight.
Sure.
And, you know, I thought I healthy, but you know, the most embarrassing part of being in the gym, I used to work my butt off. People used to come up to me, and even the old men from the veterans, they used to give me these little coins. They're the little coins for working hard in the gym.
Oh, is
It's
that
just
right?
a little token of hard work and dedication, right?
Yeah.
And followed by, why are you so fat? Right? You're working your butt
Wow.
off. You're sweating over here. I mean, I could laugh on it now, but it definitely used to hurt my feelings.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know,
Because I didn't know why,
sure.
right? But with the help of Valerie and, you know, hard work, dedication, and focusing my efforts in the right direction,
Sure.
not only did she teach me that nutrition was key, but also building muscle to burn fat and not spend so much time on those damn cardio machines.
Right.
Was the key to success. And I had initially lost about 128 pounds on my own, and she helped me lose another 58, 60 pounds.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, she's every time I get on the internet and I see you know, folks that are in competitions in muscle bodybuilding type of competitions, there's always the same person in their corner,
Right.
and it's this gal Valerie.
Yeah. And her amazing soul and the way she worked with me and
Yeah.
really cared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you show interest in somebody and that you just care a little bit, it can make you want to work hard. And at times, when I first started, I don't even think it was about me. I just
Right.
wanted to make her proud of me, right?
Mm.
Every week I progressed. I don't think there's 1 week in about a year and a half that I didn't lose weight or
Sure.
I didn't meet a goal that she had set for me. So at first, my intentions was to make her proud, because when I first started, she sponsored me for free.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to pay no money.
Right.
So I wanted to earn that sponsorship and make her proud and, you know, do something I'd never done. And
Right.
at the time, it was just health. And then one day she popped the question. She's like, or not even a question. She told me, "You're going to compete." I was like, "No, I'm not." Hell no.
Oh yeah, by the way,
What do I got to wear again? What? You know, I sleep with a t-shirt and socks, right?
Right. Well, so that transformed you, right? That whole process got you into a different way of thinking, got you into a different
Right.
way of looking at things, and got you into a different way of living.
Right. Because I was an engineer at Intel for 21 years.
Right.
And my pride, my joy, I worked myself up from the lowest possible place at Intel to being an engineer, right?
Right.
Not educated, but through work and, you know, education through the process of developing and work. And, you know, through working at Intel, it was an amazing experience. They taught me so much. But at the same time, I started to develop as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And they always said, you got to have a backup plan. If you don't have a backup plan, we may lay you off at any time. And
Sure.
that was the scenario almost every year, right?
That was like every day.
Every day.
Hey, is today the day?
And you know what's the worst part about it? At the end, before I left, we were hearing it through the news before we were even hearing it through them.
Through them, yeah.
In the past, they used to at least give you a warning and say, hey, this might be coming. And then the next day you'd hear it by the news. But the news started catching on to stuff before us, right?
Right.
And it just wasn't a very comfortable way of doing business.
Yeah.
Always feeling like, you know, you're on the edge of maybe losing your job or
Sure.
doing something
Sorry about that.
that may
that's funny.
may
Isn't it?
get you in trouble, and you know you're the next one on the axe, right? So I started developing my own knowledge and started doing research and getting educated, and
Sure.
you know, through the process of competing myself, I started to learn how the body worked with workouts, the different macronutrients, and how they responded to the body and what caused different results and lack of results. So I was my own little guinea pig there for a while, for about 2 years.
So you did the work on yourself.
Yes.
How often do we get to do that, right? I mean, when you were developing Cafe Bella, I remember.
You remember?
I remember, right? How many different coffees did you consume to
You
get
got to try a bunch.
to get
You gotta find out.
to where you're at today?
Well, it's an educational plunge, just like he
Right.
did on his journey. He was there doing all the cardio, thinking cardio. He thinks, this is the approach, and
Right.
and didn't get it. So you got to try a different approach,
Right.
different resources, different people. Sometimes that journey takes a long time till you get the result you want. And
Till you
you
get
just
the
got to keep
result.
pushing.
Right.
Just keep pushing.
There you go.
And that's kind of what we talk about on a weekly basis when you come in, right?
Right.
This isn't a sprint.
Right.
And when coach is gone and you're on your own sustaining and maintaining, it's not about losing 10, 20 pounds a month. It's about getting a little bit healthier each day so that
Right.
you can prolong your life as you progress in life. One of the things I preach to my clients is as we progress and get older, we don't want to have to rely on people to take care of us, right? We want to be able to have our independence. I think as you get older, that's the number one thing you want.
Well, there is a really nice facility just right down the street from us here. I'm kidding.
Are you already checking yourself in? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's,
You're already scouting?
That's not where we're going, right? But no, absolutely, truth there, and that really carries over and applies to the business mindset as well. A lot of folks that want to become entrepreneurs, that want to become business owners, sometimes live in the hopium that things are going to happen overnight, right? And that is further from the truth than anything else, right? Amber can tell you, right? She's been an entrepreneur now for a bajillion years, right? And has it happened overnight? No. Can I ask you a question really quick? So I don't know if you guys know this, but Amber was a national Latina blogger, right?
She was
Yeah.
Yes. Worldwide.
That's when we met.
Ninja girl.
Ninja girl,
The
right?
ninja.
So let me ask you, the process on that, did you wake up one day and say, I'm going to start a blog, and then the next thing, Disney was calling you to come to their events?
No.
I suddenly remember a story she told me about crawling in the back of some vehicle.
That's
at an
actually
event.
in my memories
Yeah.
from when I was at the LA Auto Show.
Yeah,
with
they
Chevy.
invited her out as a blogger.
Yeah.
And told her to get in the trunk.
No, they did. Well, that just happened because I was like, this trunk is so big, you could fit a body and your groceries.
I don't know,
So,
out of nowhere. It just
yeah.
came, sorry.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
apologize.
That was
I think that's in my memories from today.
right over here. See, this is my left hand, and this is left field.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But no, when I started Thrifty Ninja, it was because I saw an opportunity at that time. I wanted to do something. I wanted to make a little bit of money. I was staying home with my kids. Coupon blogging was big at that time.
Sure.
And extreme couponing had just come out, and I thought, I can write a blog. I can do this. And I started it, and I realized it was a lot more work than what I had originally thought
Sure.
it was going to be. And it transformed, and it turned from coupons all day long and having to be at my computer 24/7 to all of a sudden I had companies that were sending me products and were saying, can you review this? We're going
Yeah.
to send you the product. And then it was, can you review this? We're going to give you money and we're going to send you the product. And then it was like, hey, we want you to come out and, cover the LA Auto Show, to cover the premiere of the Oz movie, to walk the red carpet. But it was a huge process.
Right.
And not anything what it was when I started, where I just wanted to write about saving a little bit of money at Walgreens.
Who doesn't want to save some money at Walgreens, right? No, and the reason I ask is simply put, right, is because here we are. We're sitting the day before Thanksgiving, right? And who do we bring on? The guy that's telling you, "Hey, man, we're gonna get you looking good, right?"
You can't have any salt.
You can't
That's-
salt. You
Right.
just gotta
That's the
control that
hard.
salt.
That was the hardest thing.
I think I see some fresh scones coming out of the oven.
Yeah, there we go. So, really, what I'm getting at is that yes, there is a process that happens, right? It doesn't happen overnight. Nothing does. And if you believe that things can happen overnight, maybe we need to give you a checkup from the neck. Maybe you need to go see the doctor. Who's the doctor that we refer people to, Gonzo, that helps you out with, getting your checkup from the neck up? She was here on our show.
Liz?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think she has a PhD, but she's a counselor, professional counselor. Yeah. Liz Daniels.
Yeah, right.
Liz Daniels.
Yes, if you believe that it happens overnight, you can go see Liz for a while. Then come back and talk to us, right?
Liz
Or
is
come back and
awesome.
talk to Coach, and he's gonna tell you, Thanksgiving is tomorrow. Enjoy your Thanksgiving with your family. Enjoy your food. That isn't gonna knock you off your access, right? But just pick up right where you left off, right? And get right back into things. So because of all this transformation and transition, you started a business
Right.
to help other people.
Right.
And you've been doing that business going strong for 6 years now. You just recently opened up a location literally in walking distance from Cafe Bella.
Stone's throw.
Stone's throw.
Stone's
Stone's
throw.
throw.
Depends.
Yeah.
Let me see your guns.
No. I look off like a peck for you.
There you go. But you're now part of the fabric, the ecosystem that is RIO Rancho small business, right? And you've been doing some pretty amazing things as a small business here right out the gates.
Right.
You recently participated in a community effort to collect and donate some food.
Right.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so, sitting in church one day, they give a little speech and lecture about helping out and, being thankful for all that you get and, giving back to the church and to the community. And, it made me really think while I was sitting there, in the past I've always wanted to do stuff, but I was really hesitant. Like you say, being a business owner, you have these highs and lows.
Sure.
You want to, when the getting is good, you want to keep it here,
Sure.
right? No, that's the opposite, right? So
Right.
we went out and we purchased 28 turkeys.
Very
We
nice.
donated to the church.
Awesome.
And, just now at the holidays, I've been having a lot of people, maybe their time is up with me, and I've been offering them extra time on Coach
Yeah.
just to help out during the holiday, because why should that momentum stop?
Sure.
My business thrives off the community and the people I'm working with.
Right.
They're my advertisement. I'm not on billboards. I'm not on commercials. Everything's done through the community and
Right.
the people that I work with. And you run a good business and you're fair and kind to people, and you get them results. Guess what? They're gonna want to stick around, and they're gonna refer their friends and families to join your program and want to participate in getting healthier and living a better lifestyle.
Awesome.
It works. It does. It works. So I got a little disclaimer. Is that okay, Gonzo? A little disclaimer.
It's your show. You can do whatever you want.
Disclose.
My wife and I are actively in a relationship with Coach.
That didn't come out right.
Yeah,
No,
I don't know
okay.
if I like that either.
Okay. To answer your question, no, that's not right. You need to word craft that better.
Yeah.
So, and I'll just tell you my story, right? my story is very similar to Coach's, right? I go to the doctor, and the doctor says, "Hey, you're diabetic type 2, and your
Rough stuff.
your A1C is through the roof. It's 14. Hey, if you don't change some stuff, you're gonna die."
Yeah.
Right. And it's not the first conversation, right? Amber knows she's been around for it all.
Yeah.
I've seen
she's-
the different.
the different different sizes of lube.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough.
So I had the conversation, right? In fact, it wasn't intended to be the conversation. The conversation was, "Hey, I'm getting ready to open. Can we throw a big grand opening party?" Was the initial conversation. I said, "Well, tell me about what you do, because I just went to go visit with the doctor, and this is what the doctor said." Right. And he said, "Well, I got a lot of stories, I could really help you. Why don't you come?" And I convinced my wife. She was like kicking and screaming the whole way through. Right. I don't want to do it.
She watches this show. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know she does.
Just checking.
No. Well, I'll tell you that her story has changed dramatically, right?
Awesome.
Within
Yeah.
that first visit of sitting down with Coach, she was put at ease, and then she turned from the kicking and screaming wife to the pushing wife. And what I mean by pushing was she was pushing me to do good, right?
Right.
It was
Nice.
a complete change. Long story short, my A1C has dropped down to 6. I'm at healthy levels once again. And that was solely based on nutrition and eating the meal plan that was set forth. My wife, 40 pounds. 40
Wow.
pounds. She
That's
looks
amazing.
hot.
Your wife is beautiful.
And don't take this with disrespect. You know what the hottest part of her is now? the confidence. This
confidence.
woman
Yeah.
is
That's awesome.
walking
Yes.
head and shoulders above the
Yes.
crowd, man. It's just amazing to see that smile come in every week.
Nice.
Even on bad weeks, she's
Even
still
on
smiling.
even on bad weeks, yes, absolutely. Oh, look, there she is. She chimed in. Coach is a life changer, truly the best. He transformed us.
Awesome.
Well, we're still in transformation. At least I am, anyway.
Awesome.
She can be. I still need that boost in confidence, Coach. Can you? I'll be by to see you here in a little while.
So it's,
we got to coach him for tomorrow.
Right,
There you
right,
go.
right.
We don't want him to go into food coma.
get them going. So we do a lot of business topics, a lot of
Sure.
mentoring, a lot of examples, success stories, talk about the real, kind of like the real story from grassroots about what's going on.
Right.
We rarely talk about the need for individuals to make sure that they're physically up to the task. And that's where a content specialist like Isaac comes in, and that seems like it's the devotion of what he does. Because it doesn't matter if you're a doctor, lawyer, scientist, coffee vendor,
No.
marketing expert, realtor. If you can't physically function, or if you're on the path, you've ignored it,
Right.
that everything stops. Because if you end up in the hospital, in the ER, because you can't breathe, you know that
Nothing is
none of the other ancillary stuff matters. So that's awesome to focus back on the primary.
Yeah.
And for family members, your loved ones, keeping an eye on them.
Well, he's actually doing a really good job. He's engaged pretty heavily, and you're working with RIO Rancho PD Fire.
Awesome.
Tell us about that, and what type of impact it's making within those departments.
Well, it's amazing because you get these guys that are in charge of keeping us safe.
Right, right.
Saving lives, helping the community function, right? And you have to take a step back and really think when you were even in your job or position, how effective you were,
Sure.
right? In different jobs, you gotta sometimes meet a requirement for physical activity or,
Right.
just be in a certain type of shape, right? And I started working at the RIO Rancho Fire Department on some of their firefighters that were maybe in danger of not being in the best physical shape to get them back into shape, and
Right.
working at the city to help them. And Chief Doty over here at RIO Rancho Fire Department has stamped and approved me. If anybody knows him, he's not a very easy guy to get the stamp of approval from, right? And that's been an amazing thing to help transform some of their firefighters. And then I've been currently working with the RIO Rancho CrossFit Gym, where a lot of our local police officers go, and
Yeah.
I just got a surge of members from there, and most of them are police officers. And man, it's amazing that even changing little things, because some of them are pretty physical fit, their bodies look amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like just crazy transformation just from changing little things in their diet.
Yeah, yeah.
They're missing
And-
that component. Maybe
Yeah.
doing the work like you were.
Right,
Yes.
right.
But not understanding the nutrition side of it.
And
Yep.
just changing up that nutrition and getting them in a better place. They're performing better, happier, maybe being able to, they work these long hours,
Sure.
being able to spend more time with their families and maybe not go straight to bed, or, putting themselves in a food coma or eating themselves to sleep after a long day of work, right? Maybe they're going and getting to a gym and getting another workout, or, doing something for their life, for their family.
Right. No, absolutely, absolutely, and it's one of those things, and we talk about it as it relates to business as well, right?
Right.
If you were to get on the YouTube, right? I like to call it the YouTube.
Get
The
on
YouTube-
the YouTube.
the.
If
Like
you
the
were,
Facebook.
if you were to get on the YouTube, right? I mean, and just search for the top 10 reasons for success in business, right? Every single video that you watch, or every article that you find on the internet, the number one thing that they talk about is your health, right? Everybody who is successful understands that you have to take care of your health before anything else. Before you work on your business plan, on your strategy, on what you're doing in the community, your family, even your family, your health has to come first. And I'm still struggling with that. I'm still, learning that and letting that, seep into my mind, because I often want to do for everybody else before I do for myself. And I need to be selfish, right, with myself and my time and my energy, and say, okay, yes, I need to go meet with these people, but what's more important is taking 15 minutes to prepare my meals for the day, right? So that I don't leave the house
Unprepared.
Without your
unprepared.
supplies.
Without my supplies, right?
And have to stop for fast food because you haven't eaten all day and you're starving.
Exactly. And so I can see exactly how this is the first line of defense for entrepreneurs who are having success, right? They understand that and they make that their priority, their number one focus, and then everything else fits in accordingly, right? And you're absolutely right. So what's happening with the police officers now? They're having more time. Why? Because they're not putting bad things into their body that are causing them to have
Sluggish.
Yeah,
Or maybe they're not at the gym working out 10 times a day because they're controlling what they get in their mouth, and they're able to.
Yeah, they don't have to.
More
Yeah, they don't
efficient
have
for
to.
them.
They're
Yeah.
more efficient.
They don't have to. So I got to tell you, my wife completely tripped out, right, on the first 12-week program. She was like, I didn't even work out, and I lost a whole bunch of weight.
Yeah, like 32 pounds,
Yeah.
30 pounds.
Starts in the kitchen.
Starts in the kitchen, yes.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and leave that. It appears that one of our cameras has died
Oh no!
on us.
I'll go fix it.
That's okay. It's no worries. It is time for us to
Wrap it up.
To wrap it up on this end. We are going to hear from Amber here, but really quickly, Coach, they can still hear you. They just can't see you, right? Please tell America out there how they can get involved and get in contact with you for.
Well, the best way
program.
to get a hold of me is through my social media, Isaac Velarde on Facebook or IKKOK on Instagram. I have a website, kingofkings-sn.com. And if you need to get a hold of me, there's tons of people that know me around here. Just ask around. You'll find me, right? You'll find me. But we're also located up here in RIO Rancho, off in between 19th Street on golf course as well, too.
Type this in there in the notes there. If you want to text,
Yes.
if you would like to text the letters KKSN, the letters KKSN to 72727, and you will get connected directly to Coach.
Right.
Awesome.
Right? KKSN 72727, and you again will get connected directly to Coach. He will inform you
Right.
on what you need to do, how you need to get involved, and how you can show up for Thanksgiving without showing up for Thanksgiving.
Without being the turkey.
without being a turkey, right?
Awesome.
All right. So, Coach, thank you for joining us. I
you,
certainly
Thank you,
do
Coach.
appreciate
Thanks
that.
for coming down.
I apologize. I see where the challenge is, and
Yeah,
that's
I
we
didn't.
we
Yeah,
didn't
well,
plug
I'm
in.
usually there watching.
I know. So Amber's never on this side.
I'm never. So I'm really confused right
She's
now.
the producer type, but I'll tell you what. Why don't you come sit over here, take my seat over here with Amber. Give us the report.
Switching things up. It's been
What
a
am I
tech.
doing?
It's been a tech day. It's been a tech day.
Have a microphone. Here you go.
Thank you.
What do we do? What do you want me to do? Oh, the real estate report.
Yeah, we haven't had one in a while.
No, we haven't. I've been traveling the world, I guess.
Yeah, that's good. Travel is
Not
good.
really the world. I was in Las Vegas with Zillow. They brought out the top 1% of realtors.
Zillow.
Yeah. And so we were learning
That's
about
a
what
cool
they've
site.
got going on and all of that. So it's exciting to be out there with the top realtors in the nation.
So it was work related. Here we thought
It
you were
was.
just running freeform at a resort or something.
Yeah, it was fun, but it was work related.
That's great. That
Um,
always makes it better sometimes.
Yeah. So right now in the real estate world, we are still moving very, very strong, stronger than normal. But RIO Rancho really has, we need more houses. We've only got
More buyers than inventory.
We've got 284 houses that are available as of this morning. But we have tons of buyers. I have 4 buyers that are looking RIO Rancho right now, and I don't have any houses for them that they want.
So list with Amber now.
List with me right now.
If you're thinking about selling your home, contact Amber.
Call me. You can find me on Facebook, anywhere, Instagram. But I need houses. I've got one coming up in Cabazon. If anybody's looking for a house in Cabazon, little 2-bedroom, call me. I've got it coming up probably next week.
It'll go quick, won't it?
It will be, because it's in
Yeah.
a little gated community. It's going to be great.
Nice.
But just to kind of put it in perspective as to what's going on, because everybody says, oh, it's a buyer's market, it's a seller's market. You guys turn it to whatever you want it to be. No, it's a seller's market right now. If you're thinking about selling, do it now. If you're thinking about buying, hurry up and do it, because prices are going up because there's not enough houses available.
What do you see down the road 6 months, like when the season changes? Are there developments coming online? You know, existing inventory, you can't really say there's going to be X number of houses that are already...
we don't know that. I know, up in Enchanted Hills, we have a lot of growth up there. Hakes Brothers has a lot of big communities.
Mariposa, is that still...
They're still building up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's... it's nice. I'm glad that they finally did something with that area, because it was kind of stagnant for a long time.
I think they had a lot of legal stuff and configuration things going on.
Yeah, so there's some really nice houses that are up there now that
Nice
are for
area.
sale, and they're building as well. But just to kind of get you to understand where we're at with the houses this year compared to last year, what's active, we're down 13%, but selling wise, we're up 4%.
Interesting.
So we're selling more, but we have less inventory.
Right.
So which is why prices are going up. Interest rates keep going up. So if you want to buy now. If you want to get into a house by the beginning of the year, call me today. We're right there. And we can get you still closed in the beginning of January.
And you're full service. You have lenders and a whole portfolio of solutions, title people, all that. You're ready to go.
Well, I've got my team there, and
Perfect.
I have a lender in house that I can call on.
Some people don't understand that, because they'll start looking online and they're like, "Oh, this is too complicated. I'm not ready." Just call you.
Call me,
and you can mentor and consult on what direction to go.
I can.
Awesome.
And I was working until 11 o'clock last night helping some of my clients. I was working with the lender. We were FaceTiming at 11 o'clock at night trying to find solutions for somebody that wants to be into a house by Christmas.
That's awesome. And you also you dabble in commercial too?
I don't. My team does.
Your team does?
My team does. Yeah, I've kind of stepped away from that a little bit, just because it's a whole...
It's a specialty. Yeah,
right.
You've got to be devoted to it.
And I like working with people. I like helping families get into their homes by Christmas.
How about you, Isaac? Are you making any moves on the residents?
We were looking around, looking at options, just like Amber said. There's a couple of houses. We were kind of just scoping. Within a week, they were all gone.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, hey, let's go look at it. Oh, it's gone.
It's multiple offers within the first day.
Yeah.
If it's within a certain price range. Usually
I've heard that from a number of different people.
200,000 and below.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, me and my fiance, we both have homes. Probably bought them for about $200,000, $250,000.
Yeah.
Well, the same house is going for like $350,000 to $450,000 right now. So it's like, I don't know if I want to make that commitment at this time, right?
Yeah.
Right.
This area here, right across from Rust Medical Center.
Right.
When they established the new plan for what's going on across from Cabazon, there was like a 25 to 30% increase overnight. Once they voted that in, boom, you get the notice. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things going on. It's kind of fluid, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's rebuilds like this older neighborhood that's across the street. People are taking the older homes.
We're flipping
and
like
modernizing
crazy.
them.
I've got
some
a
of them
lot
look
of
really
those.
Nice. Yeah.
They're taking these houses. There's a lot right now.
Half-acre lots over there.
Right.
That's a lot of property.
But it's nice. You walk in and it's new carpet, new tile or wood flooring, new
Like
roofs.
refurbished.
And it's beautiful, and you can still get them for a good price.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I'm looking at a bunch right now, about 170,000, that they look like brand new homes.
That's awesome.
So they're out there, but we have to move quick. But you have to have a realtor that'll work quick for you, which is why, like, if I have clients that are working,
knowing the market. Yeah.
I've gone through when I know that they're working, but we need to get into a house now, and I'll do walkthrough videos and text them to them and say, "What do you think? Do you really want to see this? Let's go after work." But that way they have an idea.
So on the average, if you get a family or some potential buyers, I remember the last time we were talking, you had one family and you had a whole list of places to go. So you had to go to like 5 properties. What is the cycle on that? You do it once and that's about the only chance you get. You got to get an offer in. What are you saying?
Right now, we have to move quick. I'm
So
showing
it's not
houses.
weeks, it's days.
It's days right now. It's sometimes within hours.
So people that haven't been in the market might not understand that. It's not the
Right.
old, we've been looking at the house on 32nd for
Street.
years.
No. No.
Those days are gone. It's,
No, especially like I said, if it's
That's gotta be
200,000 or
challenging.
below, you've got to. We put an offer in on one a couple weeks ago. There was 3 offers the same day. I was showing the house, and there was another realtor sitting in the kitchen writing
Doing
up an
paperwork?
offer. And I said, "Get out!" I was like, "Get out! What are you
the
doing?"
competition is fierce, Isaac.
Yeah, it's
Well, I was going to ask you a question regarding that. So, if a buyer wanted to go out there, should they be pre-qualified? Know
They
what
need to be
What's the best way to be
Great
the
question.
quickest? How
Right.
can we be the
You-
quickest out there?
Ready to go.
you have to be pre-qualified, so you have to know. I need to know what price range, because everybody wants a much bigger house than what
That's
maybe
the
they want to pay
tendency,
for.
unless
Right.
they're downscaling.
Right.
Right.
And so if I'm showing houses, I have a family right now. They want to look at $250,000 houses. They got pre-qualified for 140. It's a big difference, and we're wasting our time looking at 250 houses. You find one, you fall in love, and we can't write an offer.
So
So
do your
we-
pre-qualification first. Excellent question, Isaac, so
Yeah.
that you know what you're looking at.
Right, and we can't write an offer
'Cause
without a letter.
You have to do debt service on that. Let's say you did. Let's say you did get that house, even though it's beyond. You
You
you're-
can't.
You wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to. You wouldn't be able to sign the paperwork because they'd say, "How are you going to pay for this?"
Or
Right.
even, if you have credit issues that you got to go get resolved, you make the offer, you lose it now, right?
Right. Well, I can't write an offer without a lender giving me a letter saying, yes, they qualify for this much. They're good.
Pre-qualified status
Pre-qualified.
is that's
Right.
the world that we're in now.
You can't do anything without that letter from the lender. So you've got to make sure and do that first. Then call me. We'll go look at houses. We'll write the offer. And then don't buy anything. Don't touch your credit. If you are pre-qualified,
Don't
not
buy a car because you're buying a new
No.
house.
Yeah, don't buy a car.
Don't-
Don't get 5% off your Kohl's because they're
Furniture.
offering it.
People finance. A lot of people finance furniture now.
Furniture, appliances, they'll buy a truck because they're moving, and then they ruin it and they can't even buy the house. And don't
That's,
change jobs.
Strategy. You got to have a plan.
Yeah.
You gotta have a plan. That's
Yeah.
interesting. That people do different.
You'd be
different things.
surprised.
Yeah.
People will quit their jobs in the middle of buying their house, and you can't do that. So
Yeah, call Amber first for advice.
there's so many things.
No, it's
Call me.
interesting.
Talk to the experts, right?
Yeah.
And what about first-time home buyers?
There's lots of programs for first-time home buyers, depending on a lot of different scenarios, I guess. They can get in for $500.
What about the new topic around my house because of the age of my children is what about people in their 20s, like the first home
Yeah.
buyers, like they're tired of renting
Right.
and they say,
right.
"Look I'm working my butt off to pay this rent. Why don't I just buy a house and get some roommates?" How does that figure in?
Well, as long as they have some type of credit, it's really simple to be able to get qualified. Sometimes having very little credit is better than having bad credit. Or if you
Good point.
if you have no credit, you can talk to a lender and they can tell you things that will help you build your
What
credit.
steps to take?
hmm And sometimes
great.
it's just buying, getting a $500 secured credit card for 2 months.
Showing that you have payment.
And then you've got credit.
That's awesome.
And then you can get into a house and you're paying $800 a month for a mortgage instead of $1,500 for rent.
$1,500 for rent.
Be
Okay.
surprised.
So we should probably go.
Yeah,
but
we're
I-
running really late today.
We're really late. Amber, thanks for the catch up on
Yeah.
the real estate. Isaac, it's a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you very
We'll
much,
have to
sir.
follow up, being that we're business neighbors.
Yep, right down the
And
street.
I'm never. And I'm
We messaged a couple of times online, but
yeah,
that's about it.
Yeah, exactly. So have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. Be safe, be responsible, and have a good time out there. We're out.
Stay
Bye.
safe. God bless.
Bye-bye.